And it's kind of crazy. Where's Missy Murray?
Right here.
That's one of my first memories of Battle Creek. I mean, we went to just every face I see in the crowd, I just think of a memory. Mrs. Barker. I grew up in Penfield Township. So just as a kid, I played outside all the time. Really free range kid. Went to St. Philip Elementary School, which was a tiny, we had a class of something like 27, which is pretty small. I had a very awesome childhood. My parents just let us kind of free range in the yard. We played, a lot of my youth was spent with Suzuki violin, Mr. Butler. Yes! There's Mr. Butler. That was playing violin and practicing violin and having violin lessons was a huge influence on my life. I studied Suzuki violin, which not only was just like a music theory, but also it was kind of like a life theory. Dr. Suzuki, who invented this, I don't know what you would call it, but a style of learning music, also had it was kind of like a style of parenting and community, which really focused on like love. So a lot of my youth was spent practicing violin, sometimes forcefully, and it was a lot of learning based on learning how to play music based on listening, which I think really influenced me becoming a writer, because I didn't want to become a writer when I was a kid. I never thought I wanted to be a writer. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but because of all this learning from listening and figuring out rhythms from just listening and imitating it, I think it influenced my writing a lot. Like, if I'm writing something that is really exciting, like there's a chapter in here about a car crash when Julian died, the section that's leading up to all the cars coming together, I write really quickly, because music or sounds that are really staccato and really fast kind of get the heartbeat going. Or if I'm writing something that's soft and comforting, just like if you're listening to music and it's slower and more gooey, it slows down your heart rate. So I think that Suzuki and Jen Butler influenced me a lot into who I became today as a writer and as a person. And also, when I would have my violin lessons, if they were half an hour long, I'd say maybe 12 to 15 minutes. We just tell jokes back and forth, which